Hey, how you fellas doing? Welcome back to another video on the Evolved to Manhood channel. It's good to see you back here. I'm glad to see you still committing to your growth and your evolution. So today we're going to talk about 7 productive habits that have genuinely changed my life. I want to share these with you so maybe you can take some of these habits, maybe 1 or 2, maybe all 7, and apply them to your life, and you can see them make positive change in your day-to-day. Let's begin with our affirmation. Repeat after me. I'm growing, I'm changing, and I'm evolving for God, for my goals, and for my legacy. All right, if you participated, I appreciate you, but without further ado, we're going to get right into it. So number 1, the first habit that I adopted that changed my life, transformed my day-to-day life, was to have no phone or screen time for the first hour of my day. And there was some research and some articles that kind of talked about this, but having technology and screens in your face, especially at the beginning of a day, can be so detrimental to your mental health and to your dopamine levels. It can really hurt you. So you want to make sure that you're being very mindful about how you're spending those first minutes of the day. You know, what I started doing was I started devoting that time to meditation and to devotion, but I'm gonna get into that a bit later. But just putting your phone down, putting it somewhere where you're not gonna be tempted to go and access it, and ignoring it for the first hour gives you power over your device, gives you power over that phone. Because for a lot of us, we spend 4, 5, 6 hours a day on this device. And so it seems like that device has more power over us than we do over it. But if we can choose to put it aside right when we wake up, where we're the most vulnerable mentally, you don't want to get out of bed right when you wake up. You want to scroll. That's just our nature. That's just our flesh. But to have that discipline to say no and to use that time and direct it somewhere positive is very powerful. So I would definitely adopt that if I were you. Number 1, no phone for the first hour of the day. Number 2, meditation and devotion changed my life. Without a doubt. I'm not sitting here and trying to make it sound perfect. No. Sometimes you're going to have devotions where you don't understand what you're reading, and sometimes you're going to have meditations where you can't quiet your mind. But meditation and devotion have been so powerful for me. And I really want to share it on this channel because it's transformed not only my patience, but it's also transformed just my calmness and my attitude about how I go about my day. So for example, when I was playing basketball for my school, right, I used to struggle a lot with performance anxiety. I would feel very nervous playing in games, practicing, doing whatever, because I felt like there were so many eyes on me and so many opinions weighing down on me as a basketball player. Honestly, it was really just harmful and just negative towards my athletic reputation. And so when I started doing meditation and devotion, which I learned from a basketball player named Jared McCain, he's in the league right now, plays for the 76ers. When I really started doing this meditation and devotion consistently, the first thing I noticed was that I started to hear my own voice more than the voice in my head. I stopped relying on this voice and I started just living my life out in the way that I knew was right, in the way that just felt right. Not overthinking so much and just being calm and being confident in the plan that God has for me. And then devotion goes right along with that. Getting in my Bible, getting in my word, really learning more about the God I serve, the God that I follow, making sure that this is really for me. I don't doubt God, but I need to make sure that I'm knowledgeable on what the Bible is telling me and what Christianity entails, so that I'm not choosing something that's negative. I'm not choosing something that's harmful or just painful to my character. And I believe that Christianity is the right religion, and that's just my personal opinion, and you can have yours. I'm not sitting here and telling you that you can't watch an Evolved to Manhood video, you can't learn from these videos if you don't believe in God, because that's just not true. But I'm going to share my faith on this channel because that's a part of what I feel like has led me to becoming a better man. So going on from there, number 3, the third productive habit that has changed my life was affirmations. And I know we just did an affirmation on the channel that's a prime example of what speaking something into existence can do. But I'm telling you, your words have power. If you're speaking over yourself a bunch of negativity and a bunch of BS, a bunch of just harmful words, a bunch of doubtful words, then you're going to stay that way. That's going to become your character and your life and your experience. But if you speak life over yourself, if you speak encouragement and love and compassion over yourself, if you speak forgiveness over yourself, then that will in turn become your life and your character. Your words are powerful. So be careful what you're saying, and especially be careful at what you're telling yourself. Don't tell yourself, oh, I can't do this. Tell yourself, I can't do this yet. Tell yourself, I'm learning to do this. Tell yourself, I'm in the process of doing this. Be careful about your vocabulary. Be careful about the way you speak, because that will have an effect on your mindset, on your character, on your self-esteem, and your life as a whole. I'm not playing. Be careful of what you're saying. Affirmations are powerful. I wake up in the day, I say, God, thank you for this day. Help me to do my best. And I know that I can. I know that I can grow today. I know I can make today 1% better for myself. That's what I tell myself every morning. And I go out and I achieve that. So when I come home, I'm satisfied. When I come home, I feel like I've accomplished something in the day, and I'm ready to go for day number 2 the next day. You see what I'm saying? Affirmations, watch that. Number 4, my skincare routine. I'm not going to talk too much on skincare, fellas. Y'all know how important that is. My skin is not perfect, but I say it's fairly clear, it's fairly nice, and that comes from a skincare routine. I'm not just waking up like this, fellas. I'm not just waking up like this. So I'm telling you, if you struggle with acne or you struggle with skincare problems, definitely get into a skincare routine. I can name some of the brands I use if y'all want to see that. I can make a more in-depth video about skincare and about men's hygiene. I think I've done one. I can make another video about that if that's something you want to see. Let me know in the comments. But we're going to skip past that. Number 5, my water intake. I'm going to show you this right here. This is my water bottle. This thing is pretty big, holds 32 ounces. We're getting 2 of these every single day. Getting 2 of those, 64 ounces of water. That's plenty of water for your body. And it's important to be drinking your water, fellas, because water is kind of the purifier of the entire body. 70% of your body is made up of water. So you want to make sure you're filling your body not with coffee all the time, not with juice, not with soda, not with all the BS that we get from fast food spots. I'm talking about water. Let's really focus on our health and focus on having that as a forefront staple in our lives, man. It's important. Make sure you're drinking your water. Number 6, the 6th productive habit that has changed my life is my gym split. I have a 5-day gym split. I work on 5 different areas of the body every single week. There are some weeks, of course, where I stumble or I fall or I miss a few days, but that's generally the way I roll, man. 5-day split, doing cardio every single day. I'm telling you, getting in the gym is going to transform your mind. It's done it for me. I used to be a procrastinator. I used to be lazy. I used to be the whole 9. And I still don't ever feel like doing the hard thing. But now that I have that discipline that the gym taught me, I know I have to do the hard thing. It's not an option. If I want to see myself grow and evolve and blossom into a great young man, not even just a great young man, a great father one day, a great leader, a great friend, I have to develop some discipline. And the gym taught me that the hard way. I've been going to the gym over a year, and it's definitely transformed my life. And number 7, the 7th and final productive habit that's changed my life is charity and generosity and humility. I'm going to say it again. Charity and generosity and humility. I used to think that because I'm young, it doesn't really make sense to tip people or to be generous and to give to charities. But as I really read more into my word and learned from some mentors, some older men that gave me advice, I learned that charity and generosity is one of the greatest character traits a man can have, because you realize that your life is not just about you. You realize that your life is bigger than you, and that there are people in the world that don't have the same luxuries and opportunities that you've been blessed with. It's important to be generous, and that generosity will create just a spring and a wildfire spread of generosity around the world. You could pay it forward for one person, that person pays it forward for another, and the cycle keeps going on and on. That's powerful. But even then, it's not about you. So that's why I added on humility. It's important to be humble in your giving, humble in your charity, Because like I said, once again, it's not about you. It's about using what God's given to you to give to others. God gave me time. He gave me 24 hours today. I'm going to give at least 1 hour to making an Evolved Manhood video to help somebody else. I'm going to give some hours to making my income, to going to my job so that I can give my charity when I get paid. It's important to give what you can. Because if we were all selfish in this life, man, nobody would be anywhere. I bet you there was somebody that gave to you at some point in your life. So why not pay it forward? All right. So these are the 7 most productive habits that have changed my life. I hope you guys learned something from this video. I hope it resonated with you. I hope you can take some of these habits and apply them. And let me know what you think, yeah? So let's keep growing and changing and evolving. Once again, comment. Let me know how you're doing. Thank you for sticking to the end. If you did, let me know. And I'll see you in the next one. Let's evolve.